I suppose it's no coincidence, actually, when you look back. He actually signed a number of these players for Chelsea as well, didn't he? Ferreira, Carvalho, Deco, Basingua. Did he sign Basingua as well?
Yeah, Basingua. Maniche came to Chelsea at one point. Nuno Valente went to Everton.
So players he knew, players he trusted, players that knew would fit his system.
It was a brilliant team. It was a brilliant team, and it wasn't just a defensive team. It was well organised. It had a good defensive foundation. I think that's the key for every team.
Two up top.
But he had two up top. I mean, he had Benny McCarthy playing up top, or Jankowski played up top at Old Trafford. But Benny McCarthy, he always had a big man up top around the Deco who would play a little bit deep.
Was he the key though, Deco?
Yeah, because he had the quality. He had the quality. I think in every Jose team, he always has one player that allows him to be that special player. Deco was that player at Porto, and they won the Champions League.
But his mantra there was whoever has the ball has the fear. So he was quite happy not to have possession of the ball, wasn't he?
Yeah. But if you, I think that's something that's crept into football in general, actually, that possession is not the be-all and end-all anymore. Atletico Madrid got to won a La Liga, got to 2 Champions League finals, actually having 20-30% possession, and actually everyone thinking that Diego Simeone was a genius. Jose Mourinho does it, and he actually gets criticised for it, and there's more to Jose Mourinho's management than just parking the bus. That's a tag that I hate to label with any manager, but particularly someone of Jose's quality.
On the back of his Porto success, he went to Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think you actually played in his first game as Chelsea manager as well.
It was when he became the special one. You know, it was the first game of the season. There was a massive buzz because they'd beat us in the Champions League at Old Trafford, and in the first leg out in Porto, he'd had a little bit of a spat with Sir Alex Ferguson. Showed no fear, because most managers playing against Sir Alex, he had the upper hand over. They showed so much respect. They were beat before they played against him. This guy went toe-to-toe with him. So I remember at the start of the season, Sir Alex saying, we've got to be careful of this one because I think he's got something about him. First game of the season, we dominated the game, but we lost the game 1-0 against a tactically brilliant setup that day, because what they did, they scored early and then they sat back, and we never had a chance in the game, but we probably had that 83% possession in the game, dominated, but came away with a defeat.
He was a special one there, wasn't he?
He was a special one. He was this... Look, I think looking at him back then, he definitely looked a little bit more relaxed. He was obviously younger, which he was, and I think he was a little less English media baton hardened, so he didn't know anything about the English media, so he was this brash, almost arrogant figure. And I think it's that figure that we miss a little bit now. You know, a little bit more smiley, a little bit more cheeky, that we all took to our hearts. I think we miss that character now.
Cool and suave on the bench as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Pretty relaxed there.
Yeah,
the system, I mean, this is the team he played then, and we'll just take it forward a little bit. And it is back to that Porto team, if you like, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the same system as he employed there, so he's got his back 4, he's got his 3 in midfield, he's 1 in behind, 2 strikers. There's good Johnson, and I think Didier Drogba's just a little bit further up.
Yeah, I think the key to the system was, when he played like this, is that this is Lampard, but this would have been Deco at Porto.
Yeah.
They had the licence to go wherever they wanted, you know, so there was no real defensive responsibility on them.
Yeah.
But the outside midfield players had to come wide, and they had to shuffle over, or Jeremy on that side had to go out wide. So it's Pedro Mendes or Maniche.
You've got to have energy, haven't you?
You've got to have Costino was the one that would sit for Porto, but the 2 outside men in particular had to come out wide. So this is Smertens, that's Jeremy. They almost had to defend the wide areas. But apart from that, look at how easy it was to keep possession. There was no press to the ball.
Happy just to sit off.
Happy just to sit off. Keeping shit. Look at how tight the back 4 are, and he got Chelsea well drilled. Look, United get easy
pressing from the front. There's your 2 up front.
Pressing
with Johnson and Drogba.
Yeah, but there's still that compactness. Look at Smertens coming out wide here. Wide midfield player coming out to help Wainbridge with the ball. It was just a good system.
And what about this position here? Makelele as well. Did he invent the Makelele role, or was it just Makelele's position and how he played the game?
I think he highlighted the Makelele role more than anything, because when I first broke into the first team, there was a player that played for Juventus called Deschamps who did a similar role, but never got the type of exposure that Makelele. Makelele was fantastic in this, we're going to call it number 6, protecting the back 4. He protected the back 4 at all times. and we see him coming out there now. But
he didn't just sit there either.
No, but the minute he went back into position straight away.
This is something we've seen from United as well.
Yeah.
Longer balls, so they're not afraid, are they, to hit these big diagonals up to a big man. It says Lukaku now. There's Drogba in that team.
Yeah, he's always got a big man in his team. Drogba, Lukaku, Milito at Inter Milan was brilliant in the air,
and they all counter-attack. All these teams can counter-attack at pace. Yeah.
And I think the difference between the Manchester United team and the teams he's had in the past, I think the teams he's had in the past had power. I think with Lukaku they've got power, but the players around them haven't got the same power. And this was in the first half, I think it's 20 minutes into the game, something like that. They scored, the game was finished. He just shut up shop. Look at him organising his back four there as they're celebrating the goal. And from that day onwards, he became the special manager.
He was incredibly successful as well, wasn't he?
He was better than the rest. He was better than the rest at that time. He ruffled the feathers of every Premier League manager, Sir Alex Ferguson in particular.
And you say they didn't have a lot of the ball, but they were good to watch as well, weren't they?
Brilliant to watch. I mean, you think of Ian Robin, Damien Duff, Drogba up front, Lampard. They had some brilliant players, and I think he's like I said. That's why I think he gets a rough ride, because he didn't just park the bus with these players, but he had a good, solid foundation to build on.
Some big records as well from that 2004-5 season, but a lot of these could be broken this year by Man City. Just goes to show what a good job Man City are doing, but incredible record, really.
I mean, look at the goals conceded in a season. I mean, I know we're criticising the people that criticise him for being defensive, but that is an incredible stat. I mean, that should be applauded. That stat of only 15 goals conceded in a season, it's phenomenal.
Should be applauded, says the defender. a little bit more negative. Inter Milan, wasn't it?
Well, he was, because he had a team that was maybe nearly half the team was over 30 years of age, so he didn't have much speed in the team, but he had experienced players that had been around the block, knew how to win big games, and what they did do that season, they came up against the Barcelona team, which was probably the best team in probably the world at the time, or at least for the last 20 years, and they couldn't get the better of them. And this was when I think it became Jose's part of the bus, because he literally did. He didn't want possession of the ball. He wasn't interested in controlling the game in possession. He was just defending and looking for the counter-attack.
It was the same system at Inter, but it was deeper. And actually the two forwards split a little bit like that, didn't they? Just to do a bit more defending with the fullbacks.
Yeah, I think at Inter what they had two forwards that played in between the fullbacks and the defenders of that team. So it was a little bit more like that. And do you know, at times these two came all the way back into there. So it was literally playing without a centre forward.
Which we've seen with United as well, with Rashford in fullback position.
And we've seen with Chelsea. In his second stint we saw him a lot, which we'll go into, where he played without a centre forward, and what he did...
This was Eto'o, wasn't it? And Milito.
Yeah. But two players that, even when they're back there, could get up to there very quickly. And they had, where he's had Makelele, where he's had Pepe or Alonso at Real Madrid, he had Cambiasso in there who went to Leicester after that, who was brilliant at just protecting the back four. But the back four were all over 30 years of age, so they were a slow back four but full of experience.
If we look at the match stats as well from that, like you mentioned, Barcelona game, now these are frightening stats. Not many teams have 13% of the ball.
No.
I know, they lost the game 1-0, but they won it on aggregate.
I mean,
there's not many teams that have 13% of the ball and go through.
We'll go into stats. We're going to be a lot into stats today, and in part 2 we'll go into even more stats, which will be bamboozling. But the most important stat, Matt, is that one at the top. No, it is.
They lost the game 1-0.
They lost the game, but they won
the first leg 3-1.
And they won the first leg 3-1. So actually, forget stats, forget how many shots, forget how many final third entries, forget what the possession is. Barcelona went home on the plane, losing, and Inter Milan went on to win the Champions League. So don't come to me with all these stats when actually Inter Milan won the game.
Is there any point in us getting our next guest out?
No,
Alexander
send him home.
There's no point whatsoever. One shot and not on target either.
But Inter Milan went through and won the Champions League.
That's all that matters then, isn't it?
It's all that matters, and when people are having a go at Jose Mourinho, think of the 20 major titles that he's won, and do you know what, I'd rather have a title and a medal in my house at home than go home and finish in my career thinking, oh, I played really nice football. Well, where's your medals? I haven't got any because we just kept possession.
We're not criticising Jose Mourinho. We're just talking. The question was, how much has he changed over the years? He's been very successful, and we've shown a lot of the success as well. Real Madrid, under Jose Mourinho, actually outscored Barcelona in a couple of seasons.
He did what? He outscored Barcelona?
People think he was defensive, and he outscored Barcelona a couple of seasons by 7 goals.
Well, is it a club there, Matt, Real Madrid, where you have to attack? Similar to Manchester United, where you have to play a certain style. They do not accept at Real Madrid you're playing a defensive system. And he had Cristiano Ronaldo, Benzema, he had brilliant players. So that is brilliant stats. Forget me if I'm wrong, he won the Champions League, did he? Or he won the league with...
Won the league.
He won the league with...
And he beat 9 points.
He beat the best team in the world at the time, Barcelona, and won the league by 9 points. So.
And actually, in that team, it was slightly different, his formation. He didn't change at Real Madrid. So if we go to the coupons again, and he actually played 4-2-3. He played like this. This is how he played, really, as it is. Like this with Mesut Ozil in the number 10 position. I think it's Benzema up top. Cristiano Ronaldo on the left-hand side. So that, I mean, with those type of players, you're going to be playing an expansive style of football, right?
No, you are, mate. And you think you've got Xabi Alonso playing in midfield as well next to... he played Pepe, the centre-back in midfield a lot of the time, but at Real Madrid, I think he did evolve his style a little bit because of the club circumstances.
Because of the club culture.
Because of the club culture, yeah. And I thought when he came to United, he had to do the same again, because at Chelsea, I think you can win... You just have to win. I'm not too sure about the style. I'm not sure there's a style culture there, but I think at United there is a style culture. And I think this season and last season, people have criticised him for not following the traditions of Sir Alex Ferguson, the club culture. But I think he's probably getting there, but it's taken longer than he thought.
From Real Madrid back to Chelsea. He was then the happy one as well at Chelsea. And actually, some of the football he played in that first half of the season, one of the first half of the season at Chelsea, was exhilarating, wasn't it? And
it was.
They got beat by Tottenham around Christmas time, just after Christmas, and he went a little bit more defensive after that. This is the game against Lizard, another tactical masterclass you picked out of them winning at Anfield, the day that Steven Gerrard...
Yeah, I think this was the day when masterclass came out, because they played without a centre forward. Literally, I mean, this makes me laugh. Mo Salah playing for a Jose Mourinho side on the right-hand side. You've got the back. I'm going to say back 4, 5, 6, but it was actually, that was Schürrle on the left side as well. It was a back 7.
He got booked that day, Mo Salah. He's not been booked all season. What does that tell you? It tells you he's playing, not there. He's playing up here for Liverpool, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's not getting involved in defensive responsibility. And if you remember Liverpool at the time, it was Suarez up front, wasn't it? There was Coutinho in midfield, Sterling there. They were fantastic. They were probably better than Mane, Firmino and Salah at this moment in time. So he went there, he played without a centre forward, he played Schürrle and Salah wide. Demba Ba played deeper on Steven Gerrard, and he went there. And
actually, I'm just going to take it back very slightly, his position in this team. I know Matic is here, but Mikel was his Nemanja Matic at Man United, wasn't he, at that time?
Well, look at his two holding midfield players there, Matic and Mikel. They aren't going to go anywhere apart from sitting in front of the back.
It's not expansive, is it?
It's not expansive, but you know what? On this particular day, I think it showed the quality and what he's got. And look, it was... Yes, there was a mistake. Mo Salah looking really young there. It was a mistake by Steven Gerrard, which we know about here. But... again, big man up front, Demba Ba goes through, sticks the ball in the back of the net. Then you go to the second half, that was the counter-attack. And it's the men behind the ball that I think it's astounding, really. It's astounding. You look at this area here. The men behind the ball, that's almost everybody, apart from the Demba Ba up front behind the ball. And as we take it forward now, there's no way through. Look, stop there again. Just... again in this area, and when you win the ball here, normally you say to yourself, right, you win the ball, spread wide, make the pitch big, play through the thirds, play midfield into your number 10 to your centre forward. Chelsea at this moment in time, Matic gets the ball,
not afraid to play long. And the long ball, and there's your big centre forward, getting a hold of it.
Big centre forward, and there's your flying machine, who we've seen this year, probably going to be the player of the season, caught up, and this is what you need when you counter-attack. You need players to get up.
Well, and you need a big man to get a hold of it as well, don't you?
Again, men behind the ball, last-ditch emergency defending, but look at this for a counter-attack.
In fairness, this was Liverpool chasing the league.
It was.
1 goal behind, everyone going forward.
But, and do you know what I love most about this game? Got the celebration. Oh, I really did, because it was a masterclass. It was going to Anfield with a game plan, sticking to it, trusting your players, and he delivered on the big occasion. This man delivers.
No. Tactics have evolved a little, haven't they? And you talked about United, how they played different systems all season. They play 4-2-3-1, they play 4-3-3, they play 3 at the back.
Yeah, multitude of systems.
Could he go back to exactly what he started with at Porto and Inter Milan and potentially play this system? So if this was his team, plays Matic in there, Pogba in his favourite position then in the 3, yes, on the left-hand side, McTominay, Sanchez in behind a 2-man front line of Rashford and McCallum. How does that look to you?
Well, if we just put the players back into the original, where's Matt? If we just put the players back into the original shape.
Spent ages doing that.
No, I know, but if you look back at this original team that he's been playing, you think to yourself, well, Pogba's not really that good in a 2.
Yeah.
We know that. Rashford doesn't want to play on the left wing, right? So you put Rashford up front there. Sanchez, I think he's better central. So where's McTominay? So you bring McTominay back in. That's only one change from the team. And all of a sudden,
does it look more attacking though?
You've got Pogba back in his Juventus position and France's position, where he's got the whole of this left side to go on. We've got United have got good security, McTominay and Matic. The ability to go and defend out there, like we saw from Chelsea.
When you have got 3 up front, I think when you have that system, one of the arguments is there's not a lot of width in the side, is there? So you need attacking fullbacks. Actually, he's got 2 wingers playing at fullback anyway, Valencia and Ashley Young, hasn't he?
And because of this security here, you've got 3. So you've got 2 central defenders, you've got 3 in here, so that's 5. You've got Sanchez and 2. That's all your team in the central areas. These can actually be afforded to be up there, because these 2 are protected anyway. So I think it's a system that I think he'll want to get to. But the key is these outside people. Can he trust Pogba and McTominay? And can Lukaku sometimes do that? Rashford, we know, can do that. And I think that's the system that would suit the profile of the players and go back to the Jose Mourinho system that he had at Porto.
So you praised him. I suppose, in essence, do you feel as though Mourinho's the man to turn it around for United then? Well, or not? And can he adapt, and can he maybe go back to this system?
Look, I think what he'll have to do, he'll have to be ruthless in the summer with his squad. I think he'll have to sign 3 or 4 good players, and he'll have to get rid of 5. I think there's a turnaround of the squad now, and it's whether United will back him doing that.
So just quickly, go back to the question, how much has Mourinho changed since he started at Porto as a manager? The answer is?
I don't think he's changed that much. No, I think it's the players and the era that's changed rather than him. But he's still a winner.
He certainly is. He's taken us 35 minutes to decide, and he hasn't actually changed much at all, Jose Mourinho. We're going to take a short break now. When we come back, we're going to turn our attention to expect...